Reminds me of a mannequin challenge.
Hello everyone, my name is William Davis, and I'm here to help you to learn how to change a tire. As if you're stuck on a road 25 miles away from your home, or just trying to get to work in the morning and you see you have a flat tire. A flat tire is a situation that we all should be able to handle in any given situation. And so first things first are your indications to let you know that you actually have a flat tire. In some cases, you might hear a loud popping sound. You might, like I said, be walking out in the morning and see that your tire is flat. And hopefully, you'll know that your tire is running low on air by an indication like popping up, on where your speedometer is while you're driving one day. But if the situation calls for it and you're on a freeway and your tire suddenly pops, you need to pull over as soon as possible. You need to if it's dark outside, you need to get to a lighted area so you can be able to see what you need to do. And make sure you're not in the middle of the roadway, because that's really dangerous, especially when you're trying to work with the car. And so now, what you need to do after you pull over is get familiar with your car if you already are not. And that is to check your owner's manual to make sure you know where all the tools are, make sure you know where your jacking points are on your car, given where the tire is. And you need to find where your jack is, your tire iron is, and your spare tire. And after that, it's time for the hard work. And first things first, you need to be able to get the car off the ground, and that's where the jack comes in. And the jack, it goes right underneath the jacking point, right next to the tire that you plan on working on. And so what you do now is you slide the jack into the jacking point, and there are different types of jacks. There's some that you just need to pump, and there's some that you need to twist, which are a little more tedious. And after you find it, but first, before you even take the car off the ground, you need to break the lug nuts so that it'll be easier for you to break. Because if the car is in the air, it's going to be harder to break those lug nuts. And after you have loosened the lug nuts, you get the car off the ground, just a little bit off the ground, not too high. And you make sure, that you're in a safe area. You can see where cars are coming from, just in case. When you're trying to take off the lug nuts, you want to go into an X pattern. So that's starting from so this is my tire, and say a lug nut is here and here, here and here. You want to go in an X pattern. You want to take off this one, this one, this one, and then this one. So it'll be easier to take off. And now it's time to prepare for the lift off the tire. And there are a few different ways to actually take off a tire. And so in some ways you have to have a certain level amount of upper body strength to take off a tire. And there's easier ways for women to take off tires, or weak men. So I'm gonna give you a few examples. The easiest way is to put your feet underneath the tire in the air, right? And then you press with your feet and your hands and pull off the tire like so. And then you roll the tire to wherever you need to place the tire, and then you take your spare tire and you roll it back into place. And now that you've done all that, some guys, like me who are buff, you can just lift the tire and place it on. But for people who aren't as strong, you need to do the same thing that you did to take off the tire. That's placing your feet underneath the tire and lifting and pushing it and shifting it back on. And after you've done that, you find your lug nuts and then you twist them back on in an X pattern. But make sure that you don't twist them on too tight, because if you do, you could mess up the actual, like when the tire actually goes back down. And after that, stand back up, and then it's time to let the car down. And to do that, you take your jack and you go down to where your jack is, and you loosen it. You let the air off the jack, or unscrew it, or whatever, and let the tire touch the ground just a little bit. And after you've done that, you take your tire iron and you tighten the lugs back on as hard as you can, so the tire doesn't roll away, of course. And after you've done that, you finally let the car down all the way, and you place all your tools back in the same place. And that's how you change a tire. And in conclusion, changing a tire is, like I said, a very useful skill to have. And now that you do, you are now that cool mechanic friend. And if you, by now, if you don't know how to change the tire by the end of this video, at least you know where your tire iron is.